souvenir. So we're here with Blake with Bacon Speed Shop. We're in Texas, Houston, Texas.
Yep, Manville, Texas.
And you've got a pretty unique shop. You do a little bit of everything. You've got a lot of custom motorcycles, and you've got quite a few car and truck builds out there too. Tell us a little bit about how you got your start. What brought you to Houston Speed Shop? I mean, what made you want to do this for a living?
Well, I grew up at a small airport around a lot of aircraft fabricators that built airplanes from nothing. So that kind of brought me into the fabricating side of it. My dad was into hot rods growing up, so I've been around hot rods and custom cars and bikes my whole life. And I kind of made the choice at a young age that I wanted to have a shop one day. I wanted to have my own custom shop, build whatever I want, and just go about the day, get to work on cool stuff.
So like many of the features on Dynamo Roadshow, you were almost born into it.
Pretty much, yeah.
From a very young age, you were around hot rods, you were around metal fabricators and auto shapers.
Yeah, as a lot of people would say, I was right at a young age.
Yeah, another feeling. So when did you start doing work for other people? Like what brought you to that?
Mainly my friends. Everybody starts. Someone's got something that they bought and they want to do some work on, and they come over and hang out and we work on it. And then before you know it, that guy told somebody that I did something, and then it just kind of escalated like that. Pretty much if you can weld, you're gonna have a lot of friends. Yeah, that's how I look at it. But and there's no problem with that. You get to meet some cool people, and my friends really helped me grow as far as learn. They let me experiment on their stuff and practice, and it got us to where we are today, to where we're super tedious and picky on what we do.
Some brave friends.
Yeah, brave friends.
So where are you currently with the business, and where would you like to see it go?
Well, right now we just got into this facility. So we've only been here for about a month and a half, 2 months. And so far, it's blowing up pretty quick, a lot quicker than we expected it to. We get with the showroom here, it's something we've never had before. Is showroom. I'm used to working in my dad's garage, so having the showroom is pretty cool, and it draws in a lot of people. And then to have some of the work that we've done, that really just shows, right there. They see people and they're like, wow, yes.
You walk into this place, and the first thing you think is, how professional. Everything's clean, orderly, it's fun. There's games here, there's toys, and some really amazing pieces of work just right as soon as you walk in.
Yeah.
This bike is one of the first things you see when you walk in the building. It's parked right next to the door, and it really catches your eye because it's very different.
Well, I answered a Craigslist ad on. Then somebody just had an ad saying that they were looking for small shops to build a custom bike for a TV show. They gave us $15,000 in 5 weeks to build a motorcycle. This is what we built with our money and our time. Pretty much this bike started out as a stock 1995 Harley-Davidson Sportster 1200. We completely stripped the entire bike down. The only thing original or Harley on the whole bike is the motor. We built the subframe, had the swing arm machine out of a solid brick of aluminum. Took us probably about 180, 200 hours just in the swing arm. We adapted Kawasaki front suspension to it so that we could get dual disc and dual caliper rotors, front brakes on it, so we have better stopping. And then I also, from my stunt riding background, I decided to go ahead and put handbrake on it and make it fully set up to stunt ride if you wanted to. So it does have a handbrake, and one lever controls one brake on the back from the left side of the bars. We hammered out all of the tail section gas tank from flat sheet metal, and it flies. It's fast.
So it's good looking, and it's functional.
Yes.
And you're not afraid to use it.
No, not at all. Yeah.
I want to see some wheelies.
Let's go. But this bike actually won the competition that it was in against the other two shops, which were Misfit Industries and Houston Retro Bobbers. We took first place with this one with a landslide for the most part. So it's been a good thing for us.
I read somewhere on the internet that y'all won just because you were kind of a little more wild than everyone else.
Yeah.
Because you set this up to stunt, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So you'll actually can we get you to take this out and do some wheelies for us?
Sure, man, that's not a problem.
Awesome.
I built it to ride. So I'd be surprised how much shit we did backwards. It was built. Okay, make it again.
Okay, good.
They said doing it though. The key doing. We just want to be able to help people so that they can have their cars and have fun, you know. No one wants to be working on them. It just depends on the job, you know, what the customer's looking for. And if it's something that we can't do, we probably know somebody that can help you, and they're going to be more than happy to. And we'll be more than happy to direct you in their direction to help you get on with your project.
So it sounds like you're already where you'd like to be. I mean, you sound like a one-stop shop to begin with.
Yeah.
You come in here, you can get all your speed parts, you can get apparel, you can get advice from people who know, and you can build the chassis, and you can do the body work and install the engine, the air conditioning,
Build your own car.
and do all the body work, paint too. So this is a one-stop shop already. It sounds like you're there.
Yeah, we're getting there. So it's moving along good.
I would like to see what you do if you want to tour us the shop.
Sure.
And maybe show us one of your favorite things to do while you're at work here.
Okay, not a problem.
Awesome.
So this is the 67 Chevelle chassis. We completely media blasted the frame down, cleaned up a lot of the slag and stuff on it, and made sure it was ready for powder coat before we did all the powder coating in-house on this frame. Now we're doing all the final assembly as far as plumbing, the brakes, and fuel line on it. We'll install the motor and transmission in this frame before we put the body on the car. So this whole frame will be a roller.
Awesome. So that eliminates a lot of error when it comes to like putting the engine transmission in as one unit and possibly scratching the body or damaging the body and going to repaint.
Correct. Yeah. This is a 1967 Chevy pickup for a customer of ours, and he brought us the truck pretty much in pieces, and we've slowly started putting it together. The cab is the only thing original on this truck, and we're actually going through and going to have it media blasted down and a finish up on all the body work and patch panels that a previous shop we worked on, and make sure that they're done right. You know, the customer's going to put a very expensive paint job on this truck. He wants something very nice, so he wants to make sure it's going to last. And what's underneath there is safe, and it's not, just packed on with a bunch of filler and stuff.
Yep, the paint's only as good as what it's sitting on.
Exact. Yeah.
Now I see it's linked in the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, this is a 1963 Chevy Apache. It has the Porterbuilt front suspension on it and the strong arms, and it's air ride all the way around. I think he's gonna. It'll eventually have about 20-inch wheels on it all the way around. We're also going to put a LS1 in it with an automatic. He wants to be able to jump in this thing and cruise to Louisiana or Mississippi and not have a problem. Yep. That's what we're going to give him.
And with the LS1, he'll still get 20 miles for the gallon. You do.
Yep, sure will.
This looks like a pretty high-end project.
Yeah. This one here is actually a brand new 2013 1957. This body was completely stamped out from Woods Hot Rods and Rodeo Steel. We got the body, and the customer also wanted to go with a more of an upgraded suspension. The car that we got originally was pretty rough, so we couldn't use the frame or the body, unfortunately. So he decided to go with Art Morrison chassis, went with the LS3 motor and the 4L60 automatic transmission in it as well.
Yep.
This one is kind of a showcase for us. We're really we're taking this one to our next level for us. We want everything to be as exact and perfect on this car as possible.
Yep. It's been so it sounds like this car really snowballed.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got the car in here that if you wanted to restore, and found out the body wasn't all that good and the chassis wasn't all that good, so we bought a brand spanking new body.
Correct.
It's now being reproduced by who?
By Woody's Hot Rods and Real Deal Steel.
Okay, though. And then you got an Art Morrison chassis.
Correct.
Which we talked a little bit. Is one of the higher end chassis that it's a direct replacement.
Yeah. It's got wheel wood brakes all the way around. He went with the GT chassis for the 57s.
Yep.
And hopefully he can put some Corvettes to shame out there on 610 sometimes.
So this here is the 67 Chevelle.
Yeah.
Yeah. We earlier saw an engine that had been machined and is getting ready for assembly.
Mm-hmm.
And you then showed us the chassis that had been powder coated and was also in assembly. The body here is sitting here resting on a cart. Looks like it's been wet sanded a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you tell us the story? Where's the body stand?
This body here, we painted in-house. There's 5 coats of base coat, 7 coats of clear on it.
Yep.
We shamed the firewall up front. Is what we're doing right now is this paint has been wet sanded for 2 weeks now. We sanded it down and we're letting it sit. And reason why we're letting it sit is to let all the rest of the reducer and gases that the paint produces finally exit out of the paint job. So once it all exits out, then we'll cut and buff the rest of it and see how it looks. Reason why we left it like this is by letting all of those gases come out, it'll hold a shine a lot longer.
It lets the paint job itself cure deep.
Correct. Yeah.
Good.
I'd like to be putting this body on the chassis within the next 2 or 3 weeks. It'll be hard for me to keep my mouth shut, but I'll do it. So here I'm gonna make another one of these blisters. So I put it on here. I'm gonna pretty much just use this as my template.
Yep.
So we're gonna our scribe on there. I'm gonna take it to the Beverly shear. You're gonna cut it out, Pete.
One, two.
Got our template. That's what we'll start with. Basically, is when I go to hammer on it, on the sandbag, I'm just gonna hammer in this line here. Pretty much just gonna hammer it in the center here and stretch the metal, and that'll help when I go to put it in the English wheel, when I go to start wheeling it, to give me some nice crown.
And what we're doing here is stretching the metal.
We're stretching the metal.
Yeah, because we've learned in previous episodes that there's only a couple things that you can do about it. You can only stretch it, shrink it, cut it, forward, and break it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could break.
You can break it.
Good.
Yeah, exactly right. So it don't look like much, but we'll put it on the English wheel again and see if we can't get some more shape out of it. So you can see it's got some shape to it now. It's not a flat piece of metal anymore. The crown is pretty good this way and this way. Now we just need to put our lip on it. This particular die is called a tipping die to get a nice edge for a flange or something of that nature. Put a piece of sheet metal. So I got it cranked down pretty good, and the speed's about medium. So what we'll do is start rolling. And you want to pull up on it a little bit while you're going. Ready? Okay. So this is 2 times around on the tipping die. You can see the curve here. And then it has a nice flat flange now to either drill holes and bolt it or rivet it or whatever your needs are. But pretty neat. You can see I was pretty close on the original line on the inside. So we have ourselves a blister.
All right, Blake. I'd really like to thank you for hosting the Downhill Roadshow in your shop here.
Hey.
For giving us a tour, telling us what you do, how you got you started, very humble beginnings. We're honored to be, accepted into your shop, and we've got a souvenir. And thank you for the lesson.
Hey, no problem, man. I appreciate y'all coming by. I'll come back anytime y'all want.
Absolutely.
So, thank you.
All right, let's go do something dumb.
That'll work.
Hope y'all come to see us down the highway.